Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and on today's video I'll be sharing with you tips for shopping in Gikomba if it's your first time in Gikomba or if you just started and you don't know how to go about it. Alright, if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. My name is Penny Charles, and for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always being here. I don't take it for granted. I have some notes with me here just to make sure I don't forget anything. So to begin with, Gikomba is not as crazy as people put it or as people make it look like. Last week, I actually took one subscriber to Gikomba. She reached out on Instagram. We made arrangements, nikampeleka Gikomba last week. And, we took rounds, nikamonesha plugs, nikamonesha, different places here and there. And when we finished, she was like, Kumbe, it's not that crazy. Kumbe, it's just a place like any other. And she made me realize that people have so many ideas of Gikomba. And nikasema by then nitawambia, it's not crazy. It's just an open air market where everyone is minding their business and everyone is shopping and nobody is going to be on your business. So don't fear to go to Gikomba. People have crazy ideas that you have to be in Gikomba at 4 a.m. At you have to, it's so many things that are not true. Gikomba is just a market, by the way, like any other, an open air market, and nobody is going to ask you anything. Gikomba ni ya kila mtu, you just go and shop. So it's not crazy as people put it. You don't have to be in Gikomba at 4 a.m. Mtu asikudanganye uende Gikomba 4 a.m. Sawa. So it's not as crazy as people put it, alright? So tip number 1, go to Gikomba before you do anything, before you even get that stock. Go to Gikomba and do some sort of a survey. So that way you'll be able to know dress zotoka this section, skirts zinatoka this section, tops zinatoka this section. This is the language that people use. At least you get to know one or two things here and there before you go all in. During the days that you're doing your survey, you can start buying a few things. You don't have to do a survey a whole week. A day or two is going to be enough, or even a day if at all when in chap. All right. So if you're ready to buy stuff, you can start buying a few things. If at all you've already settled on what you want to sell. So for example, if you've settled that you're going to sell dresses and tops, during this time you're doing your survey, you can get a few just to make sure you're getting the right thing na hautagongwa na vitu kama hizo. So don't be in a hurry. Go survey as you get a few things here and there. Get acquainted with the people, get acquainted with the market, the language. There's so many things that you need to know before you go all in. Because I've told you before that I went all in when I started, and I found myself with a lot of clothes that were not good because I didn't pay attention and I didn't do my survey right when I was starting. I didn't know that unafaa kwanza na tunguo kidogo then uende ukiongezea zingine. Now that nobody told me this and I learned the hard way, I don't want you to learn the hard way. So that is when nakwambia, go to Gikomba, do survey and start getting a few pieces here and there before you get to know what your clients want and what basically your people prefer. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, wake up early. This is another thing that people have so many ideas around, and I hear people say ati waliambiwa to go to Gikomba you have to be there at 4 a.m. ama at 5 a.m. and guys, that is crazy. You don't have to be in Gikomba at 4 a.m. Kufanya nini? If you be in Gikomba at 7, at 8, 8:30 thereabout, you're good, because also people open bales in different times. Unaweza hata pata mtu anafungua bale at 10 a.m., wengine watafungua 7, wengine watafungua 6:30 and vitu kama hizo. You're always advised to be in Gikomba early, because when people are opening bales, you're going to get quality clothes, because Gikomba is an open air market, and even if you go to Gikomba at 4 p.m. ama 3 p.m. in the evening, ama in the afternoon, you'll still find people in Gikomba like wakishop. Now wewe na ule mtu mwenye alienda Gikomba 3 p.m. mko na tofauti kubwa sana, because they atapata vitu kama zimechaguliwa. But when you go early, you're going to get pieces more, na you'll also get good quality stuff. So that is why you advise to go early, but it's not early as 4 a.m. guys. Mtu asikwambie uende Gikomba 4 a.m. That lady that I took to the market last week was telling me that she saw someone akitembea Gikomba akiwaambia ni 4 a.m. na kwa Gikomba kufanya nini. Actually the only place that opens really early ni kwa viatu, but still if you're really new in the market, please don't go to Gikomba at 4 a.m. If at all you really want to go and get the shoes, go at 6:30, at 7:30 thereabout. And I'm so sure ukienda siku ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, you'll get to understand why people, if at all people go that if at all people go at 4 a.m., you'll get to understand why they go at 4 a.m. And at that time, because umezoeana na watu here and there, umezoea soko here and there, ukienda hautachanganiki. Imagine going to Gikomba your first time and you find yourself there at 4 a.m. So utakuwa confused sana. I mean, it's pointless. 7 a.m., 8, 8:30, you're good. Mtu asikwambie uende Gikomba 4 a.m. I've actually never even found myself in Gikomba at 6. I mean, it's too early. Unless you've made arrangements with someone, maybe wanaenda mahali or something of the sort. If you want to be in Gikomba earliest, just let it be 6:30. Tip number 3, avoid brokers. There are so many brokers in Gikomba, and brokers are not bad people. The only disadvantage with brokers is that wanaweza kugonga vibaya sana. I mean, kitu inaweza kuwa ikiuzwa 300 na broker akuuzie 2000. Where I pick dresses, I see them a lot, and I see ladies come, and I remember sometimes back a broker aliuzia mdema hapo nguo 2500. Nguo ilikuwa inauzwa hata 500, alimuuzia 25 because ni broker. And mind you, they will give the owner of the dress 500 and go with the 2k because wanakuaga na hiyo arrangement. So that is the only disadvantage with brokers. Wanaweza kugonga si kukuibia na si kukudanganya, wanaweza wakakugonga. I mean, yako biashara, akiona opportunity ya mahali anaweza pata more money, then he will go for it. And I'm sure kama ni wewe ungekuwa broker, uone opportunity ya kukula 2000 mahali, utakula. So that is the only disadvantage with brokers. But then again, the good thing is that if you can be able to use them na ujanja, they can show you where to get stuff. Because that is actually how I got one of my plugs. I definitely knew this guy was a broker, so he took me to the plug. I picked a few pieces. I paid, then when he left, I went back nikachukua number. So I started dealing with the person directly. So if there's a way you can be able to kutumia ujanja to get there, then you go for it, but be very careful. Because I actually bought those dresses kwa sababu the amount he sold me at was reasonable. So kama unaweza buy piece moja ama mbili just to get to know where hizo palazzo zinatoka ama hizo tops zinatoka, then well and good, you can deal with a broker. But if you're not in a position to do that, please avoid brokers. Tip number 4, be very confident and don't let anyone harass you. I keep telling you guys, when you go to Gikomba, go with all the confidence that you got, and look like someone who has been there like 20 times and it's your first time, because that way they will treat you like any other person that wamezoea kuuzia nguo na hawatajua it's your first time. Well, it's not like ati utakuwa hara ama mtu atakupiga or anything, but number 1, wanaweza kuuzia nguo pesa mob, wanaweza kulazimisha uchukue kitu utaki, si like na nguvu, but you know, they can be manipulative. That is actually the word, they can be manipulative. So be confident, because if you are, they will think that you know how things operate, and watakuuzia ile bei wanauzianga watu wa kwenda kuuza na hawatakulazimisha uchukue kitu yenye hautaki. They will not be manipulative because you look like someone that knows what they are doing. Tip number 5, when you go to Gikomba, make sure you pick what is good, and don't let people convince you that something is good and you can already see that it's not good, then you end up buying it out of fear. And that is why I was talking of confidence. If at all you know how good skirts look like, if at all you know how good dresses look like, don't let anyone convince you that this piece is good and you know very well it's not good. At the end of the day, yeah, tabaki Gikomba and umeenda na hiyo dress ama umeenda na hiyo skirt and you're not able to sell it. At the end of the day, utakuwa na dead stock, but make sure when you go to the market, you pick what you think is good. Okay, pick what you think is good, and don't let anyone convince you that something is good and you can already see it's not, because Gikomba, there is that a lot. When they notice you're new in the market, they can really be convincing, by the way. Okay, so just go easy, and make sure you pick what you think is good, not what anyone else thinks is good, because we all know nguo zinakaa poa, venye zinakaa. We all know good quality dresses, we all know good quality skirts, and everything. So make sure you pick what you think is good and what you think you can sell. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, okay? Because I'm telling you, if those people know that you are new, watakuzia vitu mbaya sana. And something else also, be keen uangalie kama nguo imeraruka ama kama iko worn out, because sometimes unapatanga nguo poa sana, inakubamba, and you fail to check whether ilikuwa imeraruka ama kama iko na any problem. So as you're selecting, as you're picking your pieces, make sure you also check whether your pieces are torn ama kama ziko in good condition, okay? Tip number 6, I always advise people to start by selecting pieces. Usiende direct kununua bill unless you have someone that you trust so much, and you are sure they are not going to lie to you, or at least you know someone that opens bills and uko na experience kidogo ya bills. If that is not the case, just go to Gikomba and select pieces. That way you'll get to know what people like, you'll get to know what is trending, you'll get to know you'll get to know a lot of things before you settle for bills. But then again, as I've always told you guys, I don't see the point of buying bills from Gikomba if at all there's the option of going to get camera pieces, okay? I have explained what camera means so many times, but I keep explaining because I know always tukona new people. So camera means you go to Gikomba, you're given a bill, and then you pick everything that is good in that bill. So you pick the best pieces in that bill, and then you leave the rest to the seller. So that way wanajuanga mahali huwa wanapeleka hiyo nguo, wanafagilishanga. They basically know what they do with the remaining pieces. So if at all I have if at all I have the option of getting the camera pieces, mbona nijichokesha na kununua bill, and sometimes you're not even sure what is inside the bill. So if at all you're in Nairobi, for people who are outside Nairobi, they can go for the bills. But if you're in Nairobi and you can afford to go to Gikomba every other time, I always advise people to just go for the camera pieces. Kama ni chiffon tops, enda ukule camera, utakuwa na pieces kama 40, 50 thereabout. And auze hiyo, get more money, go back to Gikomba and get more tops. So there's really no point of getting a whole bill, and especially kwanza sana if you are a new person. If you're still starting, please don't go for bills unless you're very sure, or unless you've been interacting with the bills, ama at least unajua msi haizi kudanganya. Otherwise I advise people to start by selecting pieces. That way utaelewa soko, you'll understand you'll understand your people, you'll understand what people are wearing, because fashion is changing each and every day, but there are things zenye ziko constant kama dresses, tops, vitu kama hizo zinakuanga constant, okay? So selecting pieces will always be my number one option. So another tip is that when you go to Gikomba and you just want to buy your clothes za kuvaa, just pretend that ni za kuuza, so that way watakuzia nguo kama mtu mwenye ananunua nguo za kwenda kuuza, okay? In the event that you want to fit the dress, you can just make up a story, useme client ni kama tunatoshana, let me see how the dress is going to look. Again, it's your money, it's a transaction. You're giving me a dress, I'm giving you money. It should not be also dramatic ati huwezi vaa nguo ndo asikuuzie pesa mingi, okay? So ni ujanja tu, ni kusoma venye situation iko, again who is selling to you, because some people don't really mind ukipima dress, but most of the time ukianza kupima, they always think that unanunua nguo zako. So if you're looking forward to buying many pieces, You can just pima na macho. Okay, pima na macho uende ukajipimia nyumbani. Otherwise utauzua nguo kama just a person that is shopping for their clothes to wear in Gikomba. But ukijifanya ni kama ni za kwenda kuuza, you will still get clothes that are your size, and you end up buying them na ile price mtu wa kuuza ananunua nayo. Another tip, when you're going to Gikomba, make sure you carry a strong bag. Gikomba kuna kagana wale wasehu kati ya watu bag. Okay, so ukienda na bag yenye si strong, alafu especially uweke simu huku kando, unaweza jikuta bila simu because they cut your bag na hautasikia kama mtu aliikata. By the way, utafika mahali unataka maybe kulipa kitu ama you want to to reach your phone, upate huna phone. So make sure you carry a strong bag and make sure your money and your phone ziko secure. Mostly beba kitu kama kiondo because hiyo mtu haizi kata, ama ubebe kabag kuna compartments huko ndani. So make sure mali simu imewekwa, mali umeweka simu, hata mtu aikata bag yako hata ifikia. So avoid putting your phone place inaonekana. And it's not like at Gikomba ndo kuna wezi peke yake, and this should not scare you because even if you're working in town, unekanga vitu zako vizuri, unekanga simu yako vizuri, you keep your money well. So it's not that I'm telling you at Gikomba kumejaa wezi. It's a market, there's so many people, and chances of kupoteza vitu ziko very high. So just make sure your things are secure, and especially your phone and your money, and also the clothes that you buy. Ukitembea kwa Gikomba, if at all ukuna paper uneka whatever you're buying, also make sure you take care of that carrier bag because sometimes unaweza shop na mtu akuivizo vitu bado umeshop. So be keen on that. Another tip, be ready to work. Gikomba is so big, and for you to get good stuff and for you to get what you want, you have to be ready to work. Gikomba is not for lazy people because you need to work a lot for you to be able to get what you want. You'll work from one kibanda to another. You'll work from one section to the other. As I've always told you guys, Gikomba kuna kwaga na sections. Like utapata section ya dress, section ya skirts, section ya tops. So you have to be ready to work for you to be able to get what you want. So make sure you go to Gikomba in comfortable clothes and also in comfortable shoes because you're going to work a lot. Gikomba is not for lazy people, okay? Another tip, when you're going to Gikomba, you can carry a snack and water because the walking is going to be a lot. It's not crazy, but you're going to walk a lot, and you'll need some energy, and you'll need to stay hydrated. So carry a snack and some water. Or if you have some money, if you have extra money, there are shops in Gikomba, you can buy water, you can buy snacks there. But if you have a problematic stomach like me, make sure you carry your own stuff. Carry your water, carry your snacks. Ukitembea ukisikia umechoka, kaa chini mahali, take your water, take your snack, and then continue walking. Another tip, when you finish shopping and it's time to go home, na uko na mzigo you want someone to help you carry, make sure you don't pick a random person. So what you do after you finish shopping, the last person mwenye alikuuzia, tell them wakutafutie mtu wa kubeba. There are people in Gikomba that do that job, ya kubeba luggage from one point to the other, kukupelekea stage, ama basically mahali unataka. So tell the last person alikuuzia kutafutie mtu wa kubeba because they'll give you someone that they know, and someone that they know where to get them. So don't make that mistake of telling a random person to carry your stuff because unaweza shop 20k zako na zipotee just like that. So be very keen with your stuff, be very keen with your luggage, be very keen with your stock. Don't just let anybody carry your stuff, okay? So that is everything that I had for you guys today, and I hope the tips that I've shared with you guys are going to help you shop in Gikomba. And I'm here to remind you that Gikomba is not crazy. Gikomba is just a normal open air market where everyone is minding their business. There's no point of being in Gikomba at 4 a.m. It's pointless, okay? Unless you've really had arrangements with someone, and kwa viatu ndo kuna funguliwanga mapema. But as always, go to Gikomba, get to know how things work, and then now you can decide whether you want to go to Gikomba at 4 a.m. or at 6 p.m. But honestly, the correct time to be in Gikomba, anytime kuanzia 6:30, 7:30, 8 thereabout, uko tu sawa, it's not crazy, hakuna wezi, it's just a market like any other. Okay. So that is everything that I had for you today. If you have more questions, if you have concerns, please leave a comment on the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've subscribed to my channel, and I hope you remember to like this and I hope you remember to like this video. I don't know whether I mentioned I take people to Gikomba, by the way, if you're interested, at a fee, of course. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave my number in the description box. You can call me if you want to be taken to Gikomba. I will take you to Gikomba and show you all the plugs that I talk about on my channel, and then you're going to make your decision. So I take people to Gikomba at a fee. Okay, that is everything that I had for you today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.